Hello, this is Alex with banging your head until the right answer comes out. Okay, so we've completed a lot, and now we're on create a second table that is related to our first table. So I've already got SQL Server open, and I've got the script for creating the customer.master table, and we're going to be looking at that again, comparing it to a newer version of it after we're done with this step. So we're going to create a new table. It's going to have an ID, and it's going to be a tiny int to match the tiny int that we made the status in the customer.master table. We'll make it a primary key, and then over here we'll type in the word status, and we'll make it 100 characters long. And that's going to be the name of this status. So it'll be active, inactive, on hold, all those kind of good things, all right? And we're not going to really have anything else in this table. But we are going to make it have an identity, like our other table. And we're going to have the identity seed start at 0. Okay, and everything looks pretty good. We're going to go over to properties here. I'm going to select our schema. So this is the customer status, so we want it to be the customer schema. And might as well give it the table name, right? We'll go up here and we will call it status. So this is going to make a table. It's going to be called customer.status. We'll click save here, and that should have created our table. So let's go ahead and refresh. And there we go, customer.master and customer.status. But that only created a table, and we could do joins on the basis of that. But that's not going to be good enough to make a relationship. So we're going to right-click on our original table, customer.master, click design. And we'll go to table designer, relationships. All right, there aren't any relationships yet, so we're going to click on add. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to make the relationship. The primary table is actually going to be a status table. And the field is going to be the ID. And that's going to go to the customer master status field. We'll hit OK. And it changed the name here, foreign key, FK underscore master status. And that should create our relationship. So we will click close. It hasn't actually made the relationship yet. So we're going to go ahead and click save. And that should have created our changes. You might get a message box here saying it's going to change these two tables, and that's all great and wonderful. And then I checked off, don't show me this message again. So I'm not going to see that again. What we want to do now, though, is go over here. Let's close this one. And right-click and click Script Table As, create two. And here we go. So let's look at the original. The original is shorter, as you can tell. And if we look at the new one, we'll see it says alter table with check and constraint, foreign key status, which is in this table, status, references customer.status ID. So we could have just written this SQL and executed it, and it would have created the constraint for us. If we run this now, though, it's going to give us an error because this FK master status already exists. So let's prove out what we've just done, right? Boy, that's weird. Wonder why my overlay isn't showing up. In any case, we don't really need to see me. So let's prove this out. If we go over and we decide to insert records the cheesy way, we will go edit top 200 rows. Now there's no statuses in the status table. So no matter what we do, it's going to give us an error. It says no row was updated. And it says a whole bunch of stuff. It really needs to just get to the point saying that the foreign key relationship is not fulfilled. So we can hit OK, we'll hit escape. And so we can't add our customer, at least not yet. So let's close that. And we'll go ahead over here and go edit top 200 rows. We'll do this the cheesy way. We're not going to enter the ID. It's going to automatically pop in. And we're just going to type in active. And there we go. Active is ID 0, which is exactly what I want. The next status we'll do is inactive, which will be a 1. And then our final status here for now will just be on hold because they're a customer and sometimes customers don't pay. And there we go. So now we've got some statuses here. We'll give this a close and we'll right click on our table for customers, edit top 200 rows. Now we have a chance. We can type in testing, but I'm going to put a 6 here. And we still get the same error message. And that's a good thing. They're a new customer. They have not had the chance to not pay us yet. So we give them a status of 0. And there we go. We're able to add our customer. Okay, that seems pretty good. Close this out. We can see me again. And we actually did create a second table that is related to our first table. And the cheesy way to add records to a table all at once. Next time around, we'll write an insert statement.